I'm in Strata 34 right now. Lovey has consumed her fill. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Oh, I can't eat? Oh no. I thought I could eat the herberry. Oh no. Can I use tonics? I swear I've used tonics before, right? Am I crazy? Fuck. Oh man, I don't even know what I'd pop here. Your fiendish body will be your downfall. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, no, yeah, died. Shit! Ah, that was fun, though, honestly. That was a lot of fun. That was great. Yeah, we had quite the history. What killed us? We were in a dangerous part of town, and I kept thinking, like, okay, that's the last one. And then another one kept wandering in, and I was like, okay, well, that's the last one. And then another one wandered in, and I was like, all right, I'll just see a little bit of this park, and it'll be fine. And then I killed that one, but my health was still kind of low. And then I got frozen solid by yet another one. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll eat my herberry now, which I was kind of saving that, because that's kind of my get-out-of-jail-free card a little bit in this situation conceptually. And then I guess you can't eat when you're frozen, but you can inject yourself when you're frozen. Because I kind of took... Because earlier I have injected myself, but I didn't try eating, like an herberry or whatever, right? So I got to learn... that way. That was a post-game dungeon. Death was around every corner. I had no idea. You know. But it wasn't even that bad, honestly. It wasn't even that bad so far. It's just that I kind of just figured, again, that was it. Because as I was kind of working my way down, you know, there was like, what? Somewhere between, like, I don't know, there was like, what, like 6 enemies every floor or something? There really wasn't that many. And there was a lot, and they all knew exactly where I was, and they all attacked me. one after the other, so I kept thinking, like, oh, that's gonna be it. And it wasn't it. So, yeah. That was stupid death, but it's all good. It's all good. That was fun. I went to the restroom. What killed us? Frost lizard after frost lizard after... I think there was a couple of other different kinds of lizards. Just a bunch of stuff back to back, you know. Thank you, Big Chief. 16 months. Thanks a lot, man. Time for the movies. I would be down for the movies, but that is just not gonna. It's not gonna fly. You're not gonna No. That was me being stupid, but being stupid is fun. I legitimately didn't know that you couldn't eat while frozen. Again, considering you can stab yourself with tonics while frozen. So that's something to keep in mind, because obviously, if I knew that, I would have probably consumed the herberry before. Because we could kill that thing if we had herberry HP. I just didn't know I couldn't get away with that. So it is what it is. I thought we were going to continue the new game. Yeah. Skald is the plan for right now. I definitely need to do more Caves of Cud runs, though. Just generally. A lot of fun, you know? It's so delightfully weird. It's right up my alley. Yeah, the movies unfortunately uses DRM, which is basically a rootkit, and that kind of causes issues on modern versions of Windows, because they just won't have it. They just won't have it. Yeah, Skald was cool. I'm definitely looking forward to playing more of it. Yeah. Love watching Cud, just as good as CDDA. Yeah, maybe next time I play, I will do like a full Esper run. That sounds like fun. You know? Set up a virtual machine, yeah. I just have to go enable that one setting in my BIOS, and then, like, that should be fine. Windows Longhorn. I'd imagine you'd probably want to choose something between XP and Vista. Maybe 7? Maybe 7 would even be okay. I don't know. Hello, Chris. The DRM blacklist was in Vista. Someone mentioned playing it in 7, though. Hello, Boxy. Yeah, well, I guess I can just go with the previous shitty-ass title. That's fine, whatever. I kind of want to, get in the game, get running. I just go for whatever system it's designed for, since you're emulating anyway. Yeah. It depends a little bit with that kind of stuff, but for something like that, that's the way to go for sure. I'd probably go for XP. It'll take less of the VM resources. Yeah, because what, in Skald, we where we left off, we just got a double attack and some other stuff too. And I think the two-handed guy actually is in a situation where he's got double attack And he's close to getting the one ability where he gets, like, another attack if he kills somebody. That seems to, like, refresh. So that seems pretty gross. This game is cool. Yeah. If it would run in Linux, calling the police. Okay. Can you update that pre-launch version? Does it still say pre-launch? Because I did actually just update it. Like, I actually updated it. Do I hear chanting up ahead? I just updated it right now. Okay. Creeping through the moldy lighthouse cellar, you round a corner and stop dead in your tracks. Rising up through the core of the tower is a grotesque-looking metallic monstrosity. The strangely organic shapes and odd geometries seem to writhe in the dim light, and the burnished silver coating casts a ghostly reflection on the walls. For all its alienness, you still recognize the arcane machinery, an ancient imperial reticular node. You suspect this lighthouse was once fueled by reticular energy, and that this machine was part of its operation. The stillness and layer of dust, however, tell you that it's long since fallen into disrepair, and that the lighthouse is likely now fueled by common oil. As you stand there, beholding the strange machine, you become aware of the scraping of tiny claws in the darkness, then chittering. As you reach for your weapon, the strange harmonics of the chittering converge, and for the briefest of moments, you could have sworn you heard words formed. Half a dozen beasts launch at you from the dark corners of the room with fangs bared. Yeah. No, I did update it. Unless, let me double check. Maybe, because there was an update that was queued. But, yeah, no, I'm not opted into, like, any betas or anything at the moment. I was thinking, like, oh, is it actually that? I don't think so. So. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't appear we can... My positioning in this sucks right now. But at least that lady starts stealthed, so she's not, like, just getting mashed down. Wonder if she actually still blocks the path there, too. Nice. Are they, like, panicked? Is that, yeah, defenseless. Okay. Sadly, they were just a bit too far away to, realistically take advantage of that, I think. Unless I just, like, rushed at the other ones initially and kind of banked on that. I don't know. Don't engage with Sophie. This is advice to live by. Also, please give it. Hey. Nice. Let me see. Kind of like how you can play this like entirely from your keyboard too, almost. Kind of handy. Feels downright comfy after playing like Caves of Cut, for example. Pinkish mushroom found in caves. We got a bunch of miscellaneous bits and bobs, right? Lesser regeneration. Lesser regeneration. So do I just kind of look at the shared stats? Like, do we have anything else with lesser regeneration? I guess Glowman. I don't know if, like, all of those are needed then? Or if there's maybe alternate routes, but does that do anything? Yeah, okay. So that's pretty easy to figure out then. No more anus cudgeling. For now. Fuck have I gotten into again? Okay. It's probably best I don't elaborate right right now. The time of the cudgel unfortunately has passed. Should have been more careful. It was still a lot of fun though. Just violently bumping into everything. Yeah, I spotted something, huh? What did you spot? Not from me, though. Nor me. Yeah, no, it's just... Yeah. If you play Caves of Cut enough, it'll reveal itself to you. If that's what you're looking for. But I think many people would probably be content with it remaining not revealed, like just a mystery, you know. That's fine. You're all right. Yeah. So what I'm wondering is, so that sword that we got in here, that wasn't the sword that was written about. I kind of figured it was. I'm trying to remember the let me double check. The erasure of lost knowledge. I do. Welcome back. Trying to think of like places that we didn't check in here last time. Well, there's the spot, I guess. Still at work though. How did the bad news delivery play out there? And let's do something like that. Although, what? Roland is going to go first. Hello, Rackham. No, this is like an actual new thing. Oh. Guess we were one short. Hold action. Okay. That's what we're looking for there. These are tankier than I thought they'd be. Because I was already like, alright, I'm going to blow through these things, and it is not gone down that way. At all. Nice. That guy's still alive. Okay, there we go. The crits are nice. We're starting to do some damage, yeah. It's coming together on that front. Thought she had an arrow. I guess we need to work on that. Getting some more arrows, generally. Can enemies crit? I would assume so. You can absolutely get shredded in this game. At times. Like that one fight on the beach, if I didn't get the right approach, it was like impossible. Almost. I had to like kind of break the groups. Or that was rough. Can I rest here? It doesn't seem that I can. I think I can rest right outside though. Two rations. Okay, cool. Although that last guy screwed it up. Okay. Was there more stuff? Actually, there was more stuff kind of over this way, wasn't there? Like, I could have kept going down. I didn't. No one fletching. I mean, I have food, but, I feel, like, paranoid about it, you know? Okay, so that's... I think that's it. I think that's the tunnel that was mentioned with the spooky eldritch, sword. You find yourself at the opening of a narrow underwater tunnel and wonder how long you can hold your breath. Do you dive in? Yeah, why not? I got the power of save scumming. In the faint bioluminescence of the cave's bizarre underwater flora, you make out 3 passages. North and east takes you further into the cave system, whilst west leads back to the surface. 11 rounds of oxygen remaining. Interesting. Did we get any kind of directions? Shit. I'm gonna go maybe north though. I don't know how to. Yeah, get your gurgles ready. A bend where the tunnel leads east or south, sharp, limpet-like growths cover the wall, and you take care not to cut yourself as you squeeze past. Let's go east. This chamber is flat with a low ceiling and 3 tunnels leading north, east, and west. Yeah, maybe I should have just started out hugging east all the way. That probably would have been the move. I'm tempted to go east now. So. Right? I don't know. Maybe I should just go north. Yeah. North when I can? I don't know. The walls of this bulbous chamber are pockmarked with a dozen smaller tube-like holes leading deeper into the bedrock. As you contemplate the folly of sticking your hand into one of them, an eel-like creature darts from one of the holes and bites into your flesh with tiny razor-sharp fangs. You utter an underwater scream of pain and terror, but before you can act further, the creature has retreated back into one of the holes. 8 rounds of oxygen remaining. Did we find our ass hammer? Oh yeah. No. We had our ass hammer, and then we had a squad of slugs with ass hammers. And it was glorious. It was glorious. I was pretty happy with it. Maybe this is like west is the answer here. But I'm gonna go east still. This chamber is bathed in a greenish glow coming from the eastern tunnel that leads to the surface. The western exit leads deeper into the cave system. I'm gonna drown horribly. Probably, yeah. Let's keep going. Is this the same tunnel? I think this might be the same. East. So what happens if I do west? Oh. I am dead. Right? In the faint bioluminescence of the cave's bizarre underwater flora, you make out 3 passages. I'm dead. I'm dead. Right? You have died. The dragon awakens. Okay. Let's see. Cause yeah, east from the start, right? Is this different? A large domed chamber, writhing seaweed covers the floor and reaches up towards you like groping tentacles. You shudder as one of the slimy tendrils brush your skin. 3 tunnels lead out of the chamber, east, west, and south. I'm gonna try hugging east. And west? Did this just take me back? Yeah, that's all it does. So what does south do here? Suspended in the middle of this chamber is the corpse of a young man. His features are softened by the sickly glow of the algae growing here, but there is no mistaking the mask of terror that froze on his face as he drowned. Tunnels lead north and west. Examine the corpse. Quickly... Thank you, Cliché. Quickly rummaging through the poor fellow's belongings.
69 Cliché 420XX gifted a tier 1 sub to Autumn Lullaby. They have given 1,106 gift subs in the channel.
You try not to think about your own dwindling air supply. In a pooch on his belt, you find a handful of coins and a key. You've lingered too long already, and you must move on.
What a shame.
XX69 Cliché.
Thank you again, Cliché.
Sub to Soapy Snipes. They have given 1,107 gift
North?
subs in the channel.
West. Can I even go back all the way? I don't even know. South? The bioluminescence is so faint in this chamber, you almost fail to spot the tunnels leading north and east. I am screwed.
XX69 Cliché 420XX gifted a tier 1 sub.
It absolutely is. Yes.
They have given 1,108
Thank you.
gift subs in the channel.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so screwed, right? It's all dark and shit. It is definitely a few subs, yeah. Definitely a few subs. Oh, that's the dude. Oh, God. No. No. That's me. I'm dead. No. Shit. Imagine playing this permadeath. I mean, once you knew it, it probably wouldn't be that bad, honestly. But it's like, unless this is randomized, I don't know I'm not sure if this part is randomized, like you know, maybe it's seeded at the beginning of every playthrough or something. But I doubt it. This is very narratively, you know, focused.
What a shame.
XX69 Cliché 420XX
Thank you.
tier 1 sub to Chris's Kraz. They have given
Thank you again, Cliché.
1,109 gift subs in the channel.
East. West. South. East. Examine the corpse. What, north? Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. West? North and east takes you further in the cave system, while west leads back to the surface. Okay. West. You break the surface and find yourself back in the cave system where you started. For all its bleakness, you nonetheless feel a sense of relief at returning to this area. So I got the key. You gonna make a mental map? No, I already did. It's just that, yeah. Okay, so that's some progress right there. I don't know. Sure. As a Skald, hello, Crip. Alright. Break this. So west is just immediately back up here. Okay. So do we assume that the guy who died was on the right track? You know? Goodbye. Probably not. Yeah. That's fair. Okay. So, yeah, that's the, like, trap area. Is west a viable option here? Okay. Yeah. No? East. Yeah. You break the surface and emerge into an alien world. The air is stale and damp, and the walls are so covered in algae and fungus that they almost appear to writhe. Hey. Swimming back and forth. Hey, shut the hell up. Nice. What do we got here? You enter into the larger chamber ahead, and the temperature drops noticeably. As the swirling dust and ghostly vapors subside, you make out the intimidating form of an ancient carved monolith. Painted on its face, you can make out the crude shape of a red spiral. Carefully arranged before the monolith lies two diminutive, desiccated corpses. Along the edges of the chamber stand strange urns of unknown design. The chamber has an aura of age beyond comprehension, and your head begins to spin as you realize you may be the first to set foot in it for millennia. We shouldn't be here, Cat whispers behind you. Two desiccated corpses lie carefully placed on a carved stone slab. There is deliberateness in their arrangement that gives the strong impression of forgotten secrets and ancient rituals. Scattered about the corpses are several strange-looking metal instruments. Man, I don't think either of these are gonna work, right? But yeah, okay. The dead stare indignantly at you with empty eye sockets as you examine their naked forms. You find several lesions on them, no doubt caused by the strange instruments that surround them. As to the purpose of the cuts, you have no idea. Jarduna sucks. She's good at mashing shit. You know, she's pretty good at mashing shit down. But yeah, no investment in secondary skills. I mean, I've leaned into the combat side pretty hard, and yeah, I mean, some of those interactions, they've still been a little rough. Let's see what the fail message is for lore, because yeah, we don't have anyone who's going to succeed there. Also, that's actually not true. She also has diplomacy a little bit, if I remember right. Like a little bit of diplomacy, and it has helped us out. This game's music is pretty great. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Carefully brushing away dust and cobwebs, you survey the oddly shaped instruments. Their shapes vary from small blades to hooks and other stranger forms. You have no idea as to their purpose. As you stand there pondering the strange scene before you, your eyes fall on a small wooden box. Examine the box. The weathered box crumbles as you touch it, revealing an ancient knife of exquisitely carved greenish stone. With trembling hands, you pick it up, and for a moment, the air around you seems to become charged with eldritch energies. Sounds die down, and your nostrils fill with the metallic tinge of ozone. No doubt this is the object Matthias, the lighthouse keeper, asked you to retrieve. A sickly, wet bubbling sound snaps you back into focus. All around you, the clay jars begin to stir, and then, one after another, they burst with loud cracks as a thick substance pours from them. To your horror, the viscous substance begins to move of its own volition toward you. Okay, so they get to act, they get to act first, huh? Playing a game from this decade? Yes. Did they, no, it was just the one time. But again, I would only ever take a sponsorship for, like a game that I would get around to playing anyways. Like, it might move it up in the queue. That's about it, though. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not about to play Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not about to play Fortnite. None of these sorts of titles. You know, it's got to be something I'm already kind of interested in. But yeah, that's what a sellout would say. I'd be willing to tolerate a raid stream. I couldn't, like, just personally. Like, I don't really blame anyone for doing it, because as you say, they do legitimately pay very well. But I kind of find those games repugnant, you know, a little bit on a personal level. And one of the benefits of streaming is you get to, like, kind of, like, you know, make decisions like that for yourself, right? And I would rather not have their money. I don't know. They legit pay crazy money. I know. I probably have, like, a bunch of emails, like, right now. It just never stops. You just get harassed by that shit, you know? How does Raid make money? Because games like that are kind of designed to hook into back doors in human psychology to make them addicted, which keeps people spending money. So a lot of people might just, like, you know, the overwhelming majority of the player base might pick it up and drop it once, right? But for some people, it just hooks into their brain, and they're like a gambling addict, because that's what it is. It's gambling, right? Those kind of things. And it's not a smart or a stupid thing. It's just some people are definitely more susceptible to that kind of stuff than others. You know. So that's why I kind of find it gross, and I have no desire to touch anything like that. Microwave, yeah. I mean, they're all, yeah, those games live off the whales. Mm-hmm. NordVPN, nah. Any interest in playing the Wizardry remake? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much. I know it exists. But, the Water Goblet Society of America. No! Made 3 times the amount Baldur's Gate 3 made, which tells it all. Yeah. I mean, if you want to make money, stay out of video games in general, I would say, because it's, like, that's the reason why there's so many instances of, like, developers being abused, is because they're passionate about it, right? And when people are actually passionate about their job, that usually means they can be exploited, right? And companies know this, and they do it. And the only real exception to that is with mobile games. Because, yeah, those make money hand over fist, because they're, again, exploiting backdoors in human psychology to make people addicted. Some of them kids. So, I don't think very highly of them. I don't think very highly of them. But they do pay well. No doubt. Thank you again, Cliche. Like,
XX69 Cliche 420XX gifted a tier 1 sub to MSD3.
Really appreciate
we
it,
have
man.
given 1,110 gift subs in the channel.
It is, yeah. Microtransactions are the future of gaming. Nah. They're kind of not, though. It's again, gaming is just huge now. You got stuff like this where you have indie games where people are like, hey, it's $15 or whatever, right? And that still exists. Stuff like Stardew Valley still exists. Stuff like Star Sector still exists. It's not the future of gaming at all. It really isn't. Gaming as a whole is just so huge. You don't really have to care. It doesn't really affect me personally, that Raid Shadow Legends exists. In like any way, right? Yeah. How this paid WoW mount made more money for the company than StarCraft 2. Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. Clever way to groom kids and being fair to lose their life savings as adults in gacha games. Yeah, I know. I believe it. I believe it. What is that? I don't know what that is. Still doesn't matter, though. Even amongst bigger, more high-profile games, there's still there's still like more solid releases probably like year over year. It's just that there's a lot of stinkers too. There's people trying to make, hey, we'll make our Overwatch clone for the billionth time. That'll work, right? Never fails. Except for the giant graveyard of failures. It never fails. But there's tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. There's no need to be overly pessimistic. At least about gaming. There's other areas where we're probably fucked, but not gaming. Gaming's fine. That's okay. Don't worry. Maybe worry about some of the other stuff, but not that. Man, she kind of got mauled. There's always been a lot of stinkers. Let me tell you, as someone who's been going through older DOS games, yeah, there was. They weren't all Baldur's Gates and all kinds of other shit, there's plenty of games out there that kind of just sucked. How it is. Loving that font. So yeah, time is a great filter. But yeah, there's plenty of stinkers. Plenty of stinkers. The bees are often fun. Yeah. Sometimes it's interesting because there's like pivot points in gaming, right? And sometimes finding games before that pivot point and like seeing how they try to like innovate and move things forward is kind of neat. And occasionally some legitimately like fantastic ideas kind of get left at the wayside. In favor of, perceived progress. But most of the time it's just, it's shit. Most of the time it's just not good. But occasionally, there's like legitimately some cool stuff in there. An ancient dagger carved from a strange greenish stone. It looks almost ritual, and you suspect it might be of some value to someone with the right interest. Chart chasing. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know. Like some people try to act like that's a new phenomenon, and it's like, do people not remember, I don't know, all the games chasing World of Warcraft? They all failed because they were soulless? And they didn't actually try to innovate anyway. They just were like, hey, here's that other game, but with, you know, no, like, beloved associated, like, history going on, like you probably have between World of Warcraft and, like, Warcraft 3. But it's like the same thing. Give us money, right? We want that monthly income. So those all failed. And then you had the League of Legends clones, right? You also had, like, Call of Duty clones. I mean, there was just... I mean, that's just every time there's, like, a massive game like that. You know? All these other companies are just like, well, why aren't we doing that? And it ensures they stay behind and waste money. Which is funny. Let's see. I don't know. Here, let me, I'm not sure if I should heal now. Like, are we gonna get ambushed again on the way out? Because if so, I should heal. But if I can hold off, then just resting outside is the way to go. Oh yeah, Battle Royales! I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, that's like the same thing. Yeah, there's been a huge contingent of AAA gaming that's just always been really lazy. It's nothing new. I think some people just are seeing it more, but it's not anything revolutionary. Actually, wait. Oh, that does take me back to the surface, but yeah, the way I came. What's the current fad? I think the big thing that a lot of companies have been trying so hard to get, but failing, is their own live service game that they can try to squeeze as much money out of as Grand Theft Auto Online makes. And they have all been failing at that. Even though a lot of them are very different, you know, gameplay-wise and everything, that's like I think that's like the big pie-in-the-sky goal for a lot of them. Is they're after that Grand Theft Auto Online shark card money from people paying for cheat codes. You know, nothing will make GTA 5. Well, again, something might, but you know, they might actually have to like innovate. Which, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's possible, but they do have to like actually get out of their comfort zone. Innovate. Drid, how dare you ask someone to innovate something? The creator of adventure. I think the big thing is companies reevaluating AAA costs. I don't know if they will. It seems like they are just... It's like watching like a train go... like... go off tracks towards, I don't know, towards some kind of, like, plummet, maybe like a cliff or something, you know? They're just... It seems so obvious, but they just kind of keep inflating budgets. And the failures keep getting worse. And then but then they kind of keep gambling, right? It's very similar to what's happening with movies as well. Like, they all want to be, like, you know, the next Marvel movie or whatever. I don't know. Really drives home how successful that series has been, even after all these years. They're that's not going to work. Yeah, that's not going to work. They need to actually... They can't just try to cannibalize ideas from indie games and then just throw money at it and expect that to play out. There was like a window where they could do that, but honestly, that's almost like closing. What they need to do is actually take greater resources and then, like, try more experimental things that may be kind of outside the reach of, like, smaller developers and indie developers. And actually take a little bit of a risk, because if they just keep playing it 100% safe and increasing the budgets like this, I mean, it's just going to keep getting worse for them, right? But we'll see. Could just be talking out of my ass. I'm happy we're moving past the Marvel era. They got so boring. Yeah, they did. Yeah, let's actually swap those. And then I guess I could hit, but I was actually thinking about pulling back to like there. So let's get you out of the way. 'Cause you're just too dingus. You are severely dingus. They've already started that. Like, they didn't they use AI for, like, for example, the old Grand Theft Auto remasters, and it looked like total shit. Yeah. Okay. And into romantic comedy. I don't know if it's gonna, I don't think it's gonna die. But we'll see. But the issue is, they, again, like, if anything, like, I think AI could theoretically be a force multiplier for smaller studios and for indie developers when used properly. Because the thing is, it's not something that requires absolutely batshit insane resources, right? It isn't. It's not something that companies can necessarily, like large developers and whatnot, can hold over the little guy. It's kind of out there, and it's just kind of rapidly getting better and better and better. So I don't know. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's by the. I'm not making any kind of like, oh, the AI thing is necessarily good or whatever. But it seems like a thing. I don't think it's going anywhere. It definitely has some real negative aspects to it, to put it mildly. For certain vocations, industries, just yeah. But it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's something that you can run on your computer right now. So yeah. Genie's out of the bottle. It's probably contributing more to energy use right now than Bitcoin did. My work is not repetitive. I mean, we'll see. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. That shit's around for the... Yeah, it's not going anywhere. I don't think there's going to be some moment where it's like, oh, that was a mistake, right? It's not going to be like... God, what were the stupid, like, images? Where, like, the smoking monkey and whatnot? I can't even think of that. That's so, like, out of my brain. Like, what was that? What were those called? NFTs? Yeah, it's not like NFTs, where it's like, you know, there's like no real useful application that's ever going to happen, and it's just going to be dead, right? Like anyone can look at it basically and be like, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. This is just getting better and better and better, and it's we'll see, right? I mean, we might just hit a ceiling. But again, right now we're at a point where there isn't any kind of grand consensus on that. And it might be it might be the case that we do hit that ceiling, and many of these concerns and whatnot are overblown. But yeah, I mean, even within the industry of people who, again, it's their job to know this stuff, there is not necessarily a ton of agreement on that point. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll take my job at some point in the future, but whatever. Yeah. We'll see. It's mostly just sad to me what it's kind of done to devalue art. It's just to me, that's like the worst part of it, right? Because when you think about automation, you think about, like, generally, you know, things tackling some of the worst jobs that people could ever be doing. And not only, you know, eliminating that and allowing those people to do something else, but again, being like a huge force multiplier for that, and dramatically increasing production in those instances. But here it's like, you know, this, it's really threatening the ability to monetize, kind of like something like art where it was already like kind of difficult. Like it wasn't necessarily like easy peasy before that, but it is kind of depressing. And then you hear stuff like from voice actors where you know, they have to be concerned about their voice being like cloned and then just used, right? So you don't even like own your own voice, which is I don't know. It's like some of this stuff, I really hope something can get hammered out for it, because yeah, that's just, I don't know, some of this is just like kind of terrifying. People that work in animation in Asia are in sweatshop-like conditions. If it help, not devalue. I don't know. All in all, it really seems to just pose an enormous threat. I would say to it, but yeah. Would likely be the last to go. Yeah, I mean, when you imagine you're kind of like, again, Star Trek-esque post-scarcity society, right? You imagine people who have the... what comes to mind is people have the time to sit and, you know, write a book, or, you know, like paint or whatever, right? Just have more time dedicated to like human expression. And it seems like that's one of the big things that's being hit with it. And that's ugh. As you were playing a game, so you can have live procedural generation on all levels. Yeah. See, I don't know, because even before, like, you know, some of the recent large, you know, big advancements, I remember, I used to get like really excited when I would hear a game like, oh, this has like a randomly generated world and stuff like that. So it'd be like different every time. But, you know, the more I played games where that was the case, the more I found that I just actually wasn't all that impressed, and I didn't find it all that enchanting. And if anything, I would find myself getting bored with it faster than with handcrafted worlds, you know, where I'm like, hey, someone deliberately put that like pillar even there, right? Like even these little things, you know that there was like a person behind that decision. It psychologically for me, like it does make a difference. I don't know. Talented artists do not magically become less talented because there's a shit ton of AI art on the market. But, you know, there's the whole supply and demand thing, right? And I mean, yeah, will there probably always be a demand for, like, hyper artisanal, very specific art? Yeah, sure. But basically everything else is going to find itself being horrifically devalued, and even the case for that is going to be diminished as a direct consequence of it, right? Which sucks. Yeah, actors. I mean, just think about that too. Like, yeah, just why would they bother paying some bozo? They can like just effectively make a person. I don't know. It should only increase the demand for good artists because the rest is bland and shit. I don't know. No, I already know that talented artists are using AI as a force multiplier and then kind of working atop that. But it's getting better and better and better and better. AI is not anywhere close to that yet. Yeah, I don't know about that. But we'll see. Oh, she got a level. Keen Masterwork Warhammer. Ooh. Let me see. They record someone's voice, use AI to synthesize it. Is happening already. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's actually like a big upgrade for her. But it's less silly than last year, and next year will make today's AI art look even sillier. Yeah. Her daughter is being held for ransom. Yeah. Anyways, though, smoke bomb. The increased backstab damage is kind of fantastic. Vein strike. I think bleeding is pretty good. Because yeah, hamstring I don't think really matters that much. Crippling finesse. The target gets a random injury condition. They're still making expansions for WoW. I'm surprised that game is still going. They're still making expansions for EverQuest 1. And are they still making expansions for Ultima Online too? Actually, now that I think about it. That might be an older example. I'm not actually sure. Did they keep going? Sorta, I think. Yeah, like it's nuts. Expansions and all right, so the last expansion for that was in 2015. Where you can't even trust video footage. Yeah, it's gonna get bad because people. I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, there'll be like a couple of seconds lopped off a video here or there right now, and people already suck ass with that. You know? Some people don't think like, hey, what's going on here, you know? Like even a little bit right now. So I am concerned. But as of right now, there are 30 expansions for that game. Like, yeah, geez. It's definitely something that's developed in front of us here, pretty much. I don't think it's something that's been around like behind the scenes for like any great duration of time. +1 movement. That seems important, honestly. The initiative could be important too. I don't know. Although I was kind of leaning towards Thievery Master for Smoke Bomb. I probably am not going to rush for it, but... yeah. I mean, even stuff that doesn't even try to hide that it's like a joke or something, right? How many of you have had people send them, like, Onion articles? If they didn't know the Onion, for example, right? Or something analogous to that, and they think it's real, and they didn't even, like, take that step, right? Or how many people do you know? Because I've met people, right? Back when the Colbert Report was on, right? People didn't know that was a joke. I met people that didn't understand the angle that show was taking, and they just took it like as kind of as it's presenting. It's like I don't know. It's a thing, right? And we're talking about something that's meant to be enjoyed full on as, you know, and as entertainment. Like you're supposed to be in on this. And like it's not. And it's and if it was just like a hyper rare thing, that'd be something, but it's not even that rare. Just yeah. Bat Boy dies of COVID vaccine. Maybe a bit less than I don't know. Again, we're going into uncharted waters. You know, we can't just chill. We don't get that luxury. It's really weird to think that for periods of history, things would be, like, so similar for, like, you know, even hundreds of years, right? And even that within the, like, the time scale of humanity was already extremely accelerated, right? It's just bizarre. We're kind of amazing and terrifying at the same time, aren't we? But we'll go ahead and pick that up. Oh, did she? Oh, she got full healed by the level up because I was kind of rushing to go outside. May you live in interesting times. Yeah. Is not self-inflicted. Or Mars colonization. Isn't there some debate as to whether or not Mars is necessarily the best initial target for colonization anyway? We'll see. I mean, I think we need to get out there and start doing something. So, you know, just like one asteroid doesn't end the entire development of our species. That'd be cool, but yeah. Titan. There's not a lot of options. Yeah, like cloud city. Yeah, I've heard stuff about like weird cloud cities. I don't know how viable that is. It sounds awesome though. Does sound cool. Sound dangerous. Couldn't you just call me like a fucker or something instead? Jesus. Let's go ahead and fletch a little bit. Because we got plenty of food and I need arrows. It rains diamonds on Neptune. Drop my colony pod there. Well, see, that's the thing. Diamonds aren't that rare. It's just, you know, it's a monopoly controlled by assholes. They're not actually all that rare. Especially probably in a cosmic sense, right? Like you start, you know, getting out there. I don't even know necessarily how special that would be. Yeah, also that would hurt. I mean, have you ever been out in like solid hail? Imagine that shit was diamonds. I'm good. I don't really want to get brained by someone's ultimate wedding ring, right? I'm good. I think I'd rather elect to be somewhere else. The diamond rant again. Do I have a diamond rant? I don't know if I have a diamond rant. Jupiter-sized diamond. Assholes can't survive in the vacuum of space. I don't know about that. Does this connect back into the other corridor? Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure that I got everything in here. But it looks like we did. So, that's nice. That is nice. Diamond rain, possibly. All of these worlds are yours, except Europa. Attempt no landings. Leap. Would humans have actually listened to aliens? Nah, we'd probably, like, try to kill them or something. We'd probably try to kill them or something.
Drid hates diamonds because it makes him upset that they too are forever.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the bits, Bellicosity. I mean, they're not landing on really on anything. I'm not... really, the best part about aliens is maybe we could get a little bit more united on... you know, killing something that's not us, right? And even then, maybe not. Maybe not, right? It's hard to say. bed, Shatner. That's like the one thing that might bring us together. Yeah, we tend to, you know, do a little bit better, I guess, if there's some kind of hostile outside force, but, I don't know. I've played Terra Invicta, it just doesn't happen. Yeah, it probably wouldn't just magically come together and be, quite as, unifying as, envisioned, right? I found the Black Blade. Before I do that, let me save, because, I might want to hang on to this. I mean, yeah, it's a weird cursed Eldritch Blade, but also it's got a nice crit multiplier, so let's see what happens here. Found the Black Blade. Show it. The old man stammers excitedly as you reveal the blade to him. His eyes widen, and he tentatively reaches out for it. It's beautiful. Then his jaw clenches in determination, and he recoils in apparent disgust. But it's evil. Cursed, I tell you. How so? Don't you feel it? It has power. Hunger. I want nothing to do with this. Take it and bring it far away from here. Destroy it. All I would ask is you don't throw it in the ocean. There are beings there that would wield it. We'll see. In any case, I promise to make it worth your while, and I will. Take this. The old man hands you an amulet. This will serve you well on your journeys. It'll keep your body strong and free of disease. That being said, I would ask another thing of you. Go on. This here beacon is all keeping the horrors of this island from my throat. Thing is, oil's running low, and I got an area drop left in storage. I need you to find me some oil before darkness takes us. I see. Thing is, the oil was coming from the mainland on ships through Horin. Then things went dark, and now there's no way for me to get to it. If it's still in Horin, there's a good chance it'll be sitting in one of the warehouses in the harbor. I'll do my best. It's all I can ask. I'll be waiting here for you, tending the fire as best I can. I should get going. I'm guessing that time matters? I actually don't know. It's possible. That would not be surprising. Honestly, if it did. The animation when you get stuck on something, I kind of love it. Oh, wait. No. I'm just... Right. Oh, wow. She leveled up from that? Damn. Stop pumping the walls. No. How do you feel about the... I don't know, about... I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't really have any kind of, like, informed opinion at all, honestly. Something similar for Photoshop. And let's see. It will only be on ARM-enabled computers, which is a tiny market. So last time we picked up multi-attack, and I got 3 right now. So I could go for kneecap. Critical hits with a club causes the injured leg condition. I mean, everyone does it to some extent regardless, but I do try to restrain it when I literally have no idea what it is. It's a feature which takes screenshots of your desktop every few seconds so that I can perform a search on anything, which was at some point displayed on screen. Yeah, see, that seems like something I need more information on. Because obviously that does not sound good, but, yeah. Smashing charge. Additional damage. I mean, depending on how that's factored in and everything, that could be pretty cool. Yeah. Run on other architectures. I'm like debating like going for that because right now we just got the 1 point. Increased light armor use, medium armor use, heavy armor use. Probably gonna go more for like medium or heavy, I think. So I must be level 10 to get this. Club finesse. It's a questionable feature, but only available for a tiny market, and it's entirely opt-in. I mean, again, not knowing the details, you know, it is worth occasionally making a stink about stuff like that, because oftentimes they're just testing the waters. But again, I have no idea what's going on, and I should probably just shut up. Execute. Yeah, I don't think that makes sense. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else that is jumping out like you need this. But I'm kind of not seeing that. And in fact, I maybe should consider even. I mean, we're right now level 6. I could debatably like hold out for that. Because, you know, we already got like club damage and we already have a lot of this other stuff, and like I'm not going to use a ranged weapon. We do actually have a bow, but that's just because it gives me, like, useful stats. Arrows are already kind of in short supply, and I think it makes sense to feed the arrows to the lady who can sneak attack, right? At range and whatnot. You know, -4 dodge. I was kind of thinking, like, maybe this isn't worth it, right? But, because kneecap, I was like, do I care about, like, movement speed on enemies? Probably not. At least in the fight so far, that has never really been, an important factor. But lowering their dodge and making an enemy easier for everyone else to hit, that actually definitely has some real value. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so obviously there's the boat up here. I don't know if that is the boat. Yeah, that is the boat. Broken bodies and debris litter the rocky shores of Idra. In the distance, you can make out what appears to be the remains of the Zephyr's hull. Definitely need a save here, because it's been a bit since like a really big combat, and those are rough. Those are rough. A small group of exhausted figures sit huddled around a small campfire. You recognize them immediately as a small group of survivors from the Zephyr. One of the men suddenly notices you, and the men stumble to their feet, smiling at you and waving you over to their meager fire. Attack! Approach peacefully. Okay. No, we're good. A gaunt-faced man that looks like he's spent more years at sea than ashore stands before you. If you recall, this man was the Zephyr's first mate. You remember his crewmates calling him Snow. He offers a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes as you approach. Attack! Greet the man. I had not expected to see you alive, mercenary. But you stood up for us on the Zephyr, and you saved the lives of some of my men, so I'm glad you made it. Your crew didn't deserve to be slaughtered. Your captain was in the right. I was glad to. You gonna tell them their band sucks? Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't end up in a band sucks type situation where I have to massacre the whole village, but, you know. I mean, I'm gonna try to avoid that. But I guess you never know, right? Nonetheless, it did us little good. I've never seen anything like that beast before. The way it tore the ship apart, and this island. Something's wrong here. What curse has befallen us? All I know is that we need to work together if we are to survive. Is each man for himself now? Aye, there's no disagreeing with this. Though my man and I have naught to offer save our fire and what shelter these huts may provide. There are beds inside if you require, but little else. There is one last thing, favor I'd ask of you. Go on. If you come across any more of my men, tell them where to find me. Both I and the guild will thank you if you do. Snow turns his back on you and joins his men around the fire. I have some questions. What can I do for you? What was it that attacked the Zephyr? I've never seen anything like it. There are beasts in the depths, but nothing like this. It was something out of a sailor's nightmare. Blessed dead. How will we ever get off this island? I had other questions. What do you know of this place? I've been here before, years ago. Didn't leave Horin back then, but it was nothing but a backwater port like any other. Full of people not too fond of strangers and superstitious fishermen. Nothing like now. Go on. Don't you feel it? The air smells strange, like right before a thunderstorm. And the beasts. I tell you, I've sailed round the Empire for near on 20 years, and I've never seen creatures like these. And then there are the men. The men? Aye, we saw men stalking the fog. Dangerous men, I thought. Then I came across some of their handiwork. Common and Dill, the cabin boy. Black arrows in their back, both of them. Best to keep far away from them. About the other survivors. And what about them? Where should I look for survivors? Currents brought us straight ashore, so if the dead are with us, any survivors would have landed on this here shoreline. You might want to start by searching the cliffs just to the north. Also, some others are bound to have landed in the same area where you landed. Finally, there's a lighthouse to the southeast, and some may have headed there. Yeah, there was a guy there when we showed up at the lighthouse, and I told him to kind of like run off, right? Or maybe he's still chilling there, and he was all panicked. Maybe that's what happened. Attack! Yeah, it's always there, you know. It's always there, like your own shadow and the ability to attack whoever you're talking to. Also, shut up, Bellicosity. Okay, I think we got everything we can out of that guy. One of the wretched survivors from the Zephyr. The man looks torn, tattered, and exhausted. As you approach the sailor, he offers a tired but grateful smile. Or as you approach, the sailor offers a tired but grateful smile. Excuse me. Talk to Snow if you want something. I'm guessing you're going to give me much the same. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for finding a way out of that bloody cave. If them crabs hadn't got me, the thirst would have. Can you imagine? Slowly going insane in the darkness, all alone and dying? Man shudders. Looks like there's a... Is that... Oh, no, that's the bed. Okay, no, we don't need the bed yet. He's so abusive. Only to people who deserve it. Right? More rope. More rope. Okay. Not work for me. Do you wish to hire this mercenary for 300 gold? A mercenary is a blank character that you get to create from scratch and add to your party. Huh. I don't know if I want to do that, honestly, right? Because, I mean, that would probably be, like, how much money do I have? How much of my dollar reduce would that be? It'd be basically all my money, but, that probably would be a significant boost in strength and whatnot. I think I'd rather just pick up the people, though, right? Like the actual NPCs. But yeah, the preset characters are way cooler, and I'm actually liking the writing and whatnot in this. So that's not a particularly appealing prospect. Grants the wearer immunity to disease. I should probably equip that on Jarduna. Okay, so if we switched over to this, yeah, we'd get 3.1 critical multiplier as opposed to 2.5. Eat shit. Thanks for the 50 cents! No British monotone bot voice for you! Thank you, though, Warren. But also no. Censored, yeah. We actually have a fair amount of stuff we could probably sell, right? Yeah, we got some bits and bobs here and there. What's that? Recipe for potion strength. Okay. Unless it's permanent. Yeah. I seek the voice. Hello, Night Tulip. I hope the hiccups went away, right? I hope the hiccups went away.
I hope your next birthday sucks, you old Grumo smile.
Because that'd be brutal. 26 hours later. Jesus. How do you sleep with hiccups? Yeah, that would suck. Like, I'm imagining, you know, you're just Your eyes are closed. Your body's relaxed. You're sitting there. You know, you're just right on the precipice to truly, truly falling asleep as opposed to laying there with your eyes closed. And then you fucking hiccup. And I mean, I feel like that would ruin everything, right? I feel like that would ruin everything. I periodically woke up to hiccup. Yeah, that sounds pretty shitty. It's like when a dog whoops itself. My dog does that all the time. He's like chasing squirrels and shit or something, and all of a sudden, same symbol, of course. A grim monolith rises from the rugged landscape, ancient and weathered. The stone must have stood here for centuries. Painted on it are crude, spiral-shaped ruins, and at the base of the monolith lie piles of eggshells, flowers, and fish bones. Your eyes are drawn in by the mesmerizing spiral symbol. For a brief moment, it almost seems to shift. You avert your eyes and instead shift the small pile of offerings with your foot. It occurs to you that these can't be more than a few weeks old, or perhaps days. Probably. Is there a combat up there? I don't know. Laying ahead of you like some gargantuan beached gargantuan beach sea creature are the smashed remains of the Zephyr. You shudder to think of the monstrosity that caused the demise of the once elegant ship. What manner of terror was that creature? Cat muses, as if reading your mind. The ship is utterly shattered, with its hull broken in half. It seems impossible that the ship would have remained afloat for long enough to settle on these cliffs in its current condition. It's almost as if something placed it here, though for what reason, you can only guess. As far as you can tell, there is currently no way into the ship, though that may change as it shifts in the tides. Can I actually walk on the hills? Okay, I wasn't even sure. I can't walk across that right now. Gonna need a means of transportation. The winding coastal road constricts as steep cliffs press in from the north. The dense fog reduces visibility to a mere stone's throw, and you feel an uneasiness rise in your stomach. Then, as in response to your concern, a bizarre, monstrous growl echoes through the cliffs ahead of you. Frozen mid-step, you scan the mists when the unmistaken stench of rotting flesh is wafted towards you. Something large and deadly lies ahead. Roland places his hand on the hilt of his weapon as he scowls into the mist. Keep your wits about you. I fear we may have our work cut out for us. I don't need your advice, old man. What do you recommend? I say we forge ahead, but let's keep our wits about us. I'm inclined to agree with the big man, Kat adds as she looks around nervously. Okay. You swallow hard as you ponder the dangers that may lay ahead. Florida is a dangerous place where you can quickly end up facing very dangerous beings. Sometimes the best tactic is to leave a fight for later as you level up and gather more equipment and allies. Okay. Is there anything else? You can change the day. Yeah, nah. I'll just bash my face against it until I give up or beat it. That's my bread and butter. You carefully pick your way forwards when movement on the top of the cliffs catches your eyes. Robed and hooded figures emerge as they appear to be dragging something towards the edge of the cliff. More of the rabid dogs. It's Roland. To your horror, you realize what the party's dragging. A naked man and woman, bound and gagged, are struggling desperately as they are mercilessly pushed towards the edge of the cliff. No, whispers Kat, almost too loud. We have to do something. Look around. One of the cultists shouts and points towards the surf in elation. Utter terror fills the eyes of the moribund couple. You follow their gaze and turn to see emerging from the surf a creature of sheer horror. Larger than any sea creature you fought so far, a hulking shape greedily waddles towards the base of the cliffs, pincers snapping and tentacles squirming greedily. Before you can react further, the cultists hurl the two naked forms from the cliffs. The pair impact the ground below with a sickening splat, and with surprising speed, the hulking beast falls upon their remains. Standing transfixed, you watch as the horror consumes the remains of the unfortunate wretches. Sickening snaps and wet pops fill the air as the creature feeds. All the while, the robed cultists stand swaying and chanting on the ledge above. Sink to your knees and join in the worship. Or like Florida. Attack the terror. See, the thing is, right? I think it's Jarduna that's in charge here. I don't think I can actually even... I'd be leaning get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, I mean, I see a crab with tentacles that's the size of like like, what is that? Like maybe a large van-ish? Or is it even bigger than that? Because I guess that's the size of a person. So we're talking more like a bus, practically, right? It's kind of hard to tell with the perspective, but yeah, it's pretty big. That's a large boy. That's a very large boy. But, all right. Worship the horror from beyond. I don't think we have the diplomatic skill necessary. Nice. Okay. Oh. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty big. I'm not even really sure where else to put his points. I mean, we could go for, like, Charger, which would kind of be nice, too. Because he might be running around, like, a good bit, right? To, take it full advantage of the, extra attacks and whatnot. Yeah, we kind of crapped on that thing. That went smooth. I was a little concerned. I was like, is this going to be, like, a hard lock situation where I really have to go back and sift through stuff, and like, nah, we just kicked his ass. It was a baby horror. Brent is now a child killer. Not today. That's probably a good idea too, honestly. But I think I'm going to go Charger. I think we have the right idea there. And we can get up to 3 for it. And we got a ring. Okay. +1 to Will. Who is Will and why do I want an additional one? Such as those caused by spells. Okay, so we probably want that on Jarduna. Right? Probably want that on Jarduna. I think that makes sense. Yeah, we'll do that. Will Wheaton. Yeah, I don't think we could get to the ones on the cliff. Maybe I should have tried talking to them. I wonder if we could have done that. I like how the wizard cultists... Well, I don't know if they're wizards, right? They're just like people that pushed a naked couple off of a cliff in robes. I mean, maybe that's a large component of wizardry, but... You know. It could just be assholes in robes. Before you, the unmistakable mess, squalor, and desperation of a refugee camp sprawls around a small farmstead like a festering wound. Who are we to question their wizarding ways? Assholes in robes, in other words, wizards. A soldier dressed in the ragged remains of what you assume is the library of Horan. He looks hungry, shaken, and on edge. Talk to the Chamberlain over in the barn if you want something. Just leave me alone. I'm guessing, yeah. And, third time's the, yeah. Hey, you. All those people lost. What's happening to us? Feels like the world's ending. Leave me alone. Ugh, my insides hurt. Is that like a creepy fish child? I love it. The child is ragged and muddy and crying in great big sobs. As you approach, she wipes her nose and looks up at you, her eyes widening somewhat at the sight of Roland. I'd prefer we just got on with our work, Roland grunts. What's wrong? I can't find Froggart. I just had him, and I was playing, and now he's gone, and all alone somewhere. Who's, Froggart? Froggart. Small and green and fluffy, and he's my best friend, and now I've lost him. The girl looks truly heartbroken. I'll have a look. Hurry, he doesn't like to be alone. He's afraid of the hounds. The stench of disease and moans of the dying lie thick in the air of the makeshift infirmary. An aging cleric shuffles back and forth as he tries best he can to tend to the patients. Hey, I'm trying to loot this. I mean, he's dead. He don't need it, right? I mean, you're gonna die quick. Just let me see what you got in your pockets. Let's see. Savage Masterwork Club. It sounds neat. So lower accuracy, higher damage, and lower critical multiplier. I mean, for me, I don't know. Or wait, I was looking at that. Is this? No, I was looking at the... I was actually no, I thought I had Jarduna selected, my bad. For Jarduna, it's... Huh. This weapon does +3 base damage. So in this instance, it is, okay. Like, that might... I don't know. Actually. It's maybe... But I don't know. Because then it's 5 to 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of whatever, though. We already have, like, a decent club, I guess. I have too much on my mind right now. What do we have there? Potion of fire resistance. Oh, there's another recipe there, actually. Roasted eel. Entering the ragged camp, you notice a small crowd nearby, arranged in an inward-looking ring. In the center stands a formidable armored woman. She carries an unmistakable air of authority, and the insignia on her armor mark her as a cleric of the Order of Sepulchites? An imperial religious order tasked with caring for the dead. Okay. The tattered band of refugees surrounding her are agitated and shouting over one another. But there are so few of us. Horan was home to 200, and we're but a few score left, cries a ragged man with tears in his eyes. By the golden corpses, there must be survivors, beseeches another. And who are we to send? Half of us won't live through next market day, and the other half ain't fit to hold as much as a stick. An old crone interjects, panic quivering in her voice. The crowd erupts in a cacophony of desperate appeals. The cleric raises her arms, and the crowd falls silent. Her sonorous voice rings out. We may indeed be cursed, but Aldon is right. There may yet be survivors in Horan, and it's my duty to go to their aid, or at least to learn what fate befell them. I'm glad, because man, we needed a healer. This whole like 2 fighters and a thief setup, you know, it's fine on when it comes to damage output, but it's nice to have like an oh shit heal. Aside from potions, right? So this is something. She's a cleric of the dead. She may not be your traditional healer. That's also true. That's also true. The assembly erupts again. Some blessing the cleric in tears of hope, others clinging to her robes while pleading for her not to risk her life. Through the crowd, the woman catches sight of you and nods curtly. She turns away and begins to load up on supplies, no doubt intent on making good on her promise to the panicked refugees. hopefully healer, but honestly, I like weird cleric designs more than typical cleric designs. So if it's like a weird one, that's cool too. Okay, stuffed animal. Give that weird fish girl. Actually, does the stuffed animal have lore on it? A small, ragged stuffed animal. No doubt it should be returned to its owner with all due haste. Okay. Wasn't sure if we'd get something more out of that. Is this the reptilian animal? Reptilian rascal, but it's frog, so it's an amphibian. But, you know, whatever. Give her the stuffed animal. Frogert! The girl snatches the stuffed animal from you and showers it with hugs and kisses. She then turns towards you, but instead of giving you a hug, she dashes past you and throws her arms around Roland's waist. The old warrior looks startled at the sudden show of affection. All right, girl, you've had your frog back. There's proper work to be done now. The girl steps back. Frogert says thank you. Glad to help. Despite the squalor surrounding the girl, she's now smiling from ear to ear. Frogert is glad to be back. Hey, do you want to play a game? All right. It's a rhyme. All the kids in my street play it. Or at least we used to, I guess. She hesitates for a moment before proceeding with renewed vigor. The movements are left, left, both, right, both, skip. Let's try them first, and then we can add the words. Let's try. Okay, yeah, no, 1 second. I gotta bring my dog out. I wasn't sure how that would play out. But, alright. Yeah, this is neat. Glad to be playing some more of this. Definitely up my alley. She's a little girl. Well, yeah, but it's us saying it. But I know it's you know, being pointlessly pedantic. I mean, hell, back in the day, again, frickin' beavers were fish. So, well, you know, whatever. That's true. My character is kind of a dumbass. Like, she's a total meathead. She hit things real good, but thinking not good. Thinking less good than hitting.